My prediction for the fight would be Kevin Holland. I think he's just got too much power from crazy angles, and I think he'll win the fight.
My prediction is Kevin Holland via submission.
My prediction is Kevin Holland is going to KO Derek Brunson because he's on a 5-fight win streak, and I don't really rate Derek Brunson that highly.
My prediction is Kevin Holland beats Derek Brunson. I'm going to go points. I think both guys are in really good runs now. Both are in very good form. I'm just going to pick Kevin Holland because he's been a little bit more active and seems to be like he's on the rise just now. I think it'll be a very close fight, and I'll go Kevin Holland on points.
So my prediction between Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland, I'm going for Kevin Holland. I think it'll be a decision win. I like Kevin Holland a lot. I think he's a good fighter and also he's very entertaining in the cage. So yeah, I'm going for Kevin Holland on this one.
My prediction is Holland. I don't want to pin my colours on how he's going to win. Yeah, but I believe it's Holland, and I have to say Holland because he's so technically gorgeous. Where Brunson, man, if you saw that guy fight, and you didn't know the quality of the opposition that he was facing, you would think he's like a regional guy when you see him strike. But he sticks his face so far forward in front of his face when he's coming forward, in front of his feet when he's coming forward. He swings punches like crazy. If you pointed him upwards when he's got his face like that, you'd be looking at the ceiling lights. His chin's completely wrong. And he's from Jackson Winklejohn. I mean, like Mike Winklejohn is a really technically savvy trainer. So he must have tried to teach him, and then he's just gone, well, I'll tell you what, son, like you're not getting it, and you're knocking people out anyway, so just let Derek be Derek. But it's completely wrong, and you would think any boxing coach in their right mind would tell you got your face sticking out like that and you get clipped, you're going down, your balance is going to be off. However, you look at him fight like Edmund Shabazian. Shabazian hits him with a left hook, right on the button, like right in the jaw, and he didn't even flinch. It didn't even look like it connected, and they were perfect punches. So obviously, you really can't take a punch, and you really can't compensate for being in that technically incorrect posture. And I can only assume that he's come to punch like that because it's come from his wrestling background. So I'm saying he looks so uneducated in spite of being so effective. But I guess it's got to come from his wrestling. He must have wrestled like that, face forward, looking straight forward. When he wrestles, he's incredibly educated. He's so educated there in his wrestling that all he has to do is just put his hands on people and it looks like they just fall down by magic. It's really, really subtle. And now Holland's an excellent wrestler, but he is willing to concede takedowns. He's willing to concede takedowns when he goes to his guard because his guard is so incredibly effective. And from a grappling point of view, he does some very, very nice things. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt and a Travis Luda. It's a very, very credible black belt. And then, of course, you add to that the way that he strikes from the bottom position. Of course, we saw him knock out Jacare in the most unbelievable, unexpected fashion. It was just incredible. So normally there's a sort of a given that if you don't get submitted off the guy from his back, then you won just by virtue of being on top. You land a couple of punches, it's a done deal. But when you watch Holland fight from his back, he appears to be winning. He's so in control, with those unorthodox hammer fists and elbows. And when the guy creates space, he's chopping those kicks, bumping the knees, sticking him in the body, threatening the head. He's got an incredible versatility from his guard, so that he does appear to be actually winning fights from his back, which is so very uncommon these days. And that's points to the fact that he's so very, very well schooled. Now, the only time that we could really look at a comparable opponent from Holland's incredible run during 2020 was Joaquin Buckley. Also southpaw. I don't believe he fought any other southpaws in 2020, but correct me if I'm wrong. But Buckley, again, even shorter than Brunson, but has some of the same appearances, and he nailed him with the most gorgeous, very, very long right cross, the picture perfect selection for a southpaw opponent, and he just sniped at him with it. I think he knocked him down in the second round, and he put him away with it in the third round. So I would expect that that's the punch that he's going to be banking on. However, of course, as we said, in spite of the fact that Brunson fights with his face forward, he really just can't take a punch in such an odd position. So I cannot promise you that Holland's going to knock him out. What we can say, if Brunson is going to do it, is that he's a great finisher in the first. Now, we've seen him win decisions, but so he can go the distance. But when he tends to overwhelm guys, it happens in the first round. Equally, because he's putting everything into it, as we'll see with guys who are going for the knockout, it's do or die. And so when he does get knocked out, it happens in the first round. So I'm either saying a first round finish for Holland or a decision for Holland. One of the reasons why I believe in Holland is just because he's so well schooled, and as a coach, I kind of put my money behind a guy who just does everything so completely against the textbook. But Holland's got an incredible momentum on his side. He's had he had 5 fights, of course, during 2020. There's of course where Brunson only had 1, and Holland, of course, even had those 4 more cancelled bouts. So he's been in preparation and he's riding this winning streak, and momentum really is a factor. So I think he's got that on his side. I think he's going to go in brimming with confidence, however long it lasts. So I'm saying Holland.